Greetings, YouTube. Before I start today's hopefully brief video, I did want to share something with you that kind of goes in line with what it is I'm going to be talking about. You know, Charlie and I go swimming every day, or he goes swimming in the river every day, and today was unbelievable, man. We really had a good time. He had a good swim. I got some video of beautiful bald eagles. One of them was a baby. Just awesome. And then to top things off, as I was heading back along the river's edge, I found this awesome prehistoric, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but it's a prehistoric spear tip. And let me contrast it against my jacket. But basically, this is thousands of years old. This dates back way before the bow and arrow. And of course, where I'm at, there's a lot of Native American history, and this is just a piece of it. So I feel real honored and privileged to be able to find that. I take really good care of these things. So yeah, with that said, let me get rolling. I gotta get some gas, but before I do, I thought I'd make a real brief video, and I'm probably gonna call it, you know, I always hate to commit because what if I change my mind, but I think I'm gonna call it "The Sky is Falling." So what do I mean by that? Well, this is the Wednesday after all the excitement out west in California with the rogue LAPD cop, Christopher Dorner. So he's dead now, and most of us saw, you know, watched what was unfolding on the news, and you know, during the big shootout and the, you know, the scene at the cabin where he burned to death, or shot himself. I'm assuming he shot himself before he burned. So this is going to be a little bit of a departure from the hardcore, you know, let's take back our country video. My message today is to those of you who might feel, understandably so, that the world is full of much more bad and negative bullshit than good. And at some, you know, maybe you've got little kids and you find yourself thinking, my God, you know, what kind of a world are they going to grow into? What have we done? Some of you may be just feeling absolute despair and depression, just downright depression over the fact that the country seems to be falling apart right in front of your very eyes, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that the liberals have, you know, completely screwed it up. And if you're a liberal, I'm sure that when George Bush was the president, you were thinking, holy shit, you know, the world's completely screwed up and George Bush is destroying the planet. And hopefully this will give you some pause to think. And I'm going to use myself as an example, because the fact that you're watching this video is a good indicator, or that you're probably, you belong to my YouTube channel and or my Twitter account, or riseagainsttyranny.com, and you've seen me, and it's easy to get a skewed image of a person. You know, when we're talking about, you know, if we're talking about the subject is global warming, for example, and two people are really going at it, and they talk about that every day on a train to work, the people that sit around them could get the wrong opinion that that's all that these two people think about. That their whole life is just stressed out, filled with gritted teeth about global warming. Hopefully you get my point. So the image that you get on YouTube, whether you're watching my videos or somebody else's, is skewed, because generally there's a theme involved in a person's channel. And in my case, it is, you know, the saving of the Republic, which I have extremely huge concerns about. Whether it be the constitutional degradation of the Second Amendment, whatever, freedom of speech, drones, and, you know, in U.S. airspace, whatever. Those things do occupy a percentage of my internal dialogue as I'm thinking about life. That being said, and this is where we start to get into the crux of the message to you, please understand that when I'm done making these videos, I go on about my life, and my life is filled with things. I just showed you a beautiful area. Of course, many of you have made comments about my awesome dog, Charlie. He and I go everywhere together. We walk through the woods. We look for arrowheads and Indian artifacts together. We take drives together. We do all kinds of things together. My wife and I, we have a great time together. The kids and I, we have conversations, and they're not all about politics. So, you know, here you might have 25% of my energy focused on one thing, and then the other 75% is focused on day-to-day activities, because, and that's important, and I know you know this. I don't mean this to be in a condescending way, this video. But this is a friendly reminder amongst patriotic brethren, which includes sistren, if that's a word. And if not, I'm going to make it up. All of us, and I'm going to take a pause here for a second. Back with you. All of us have lives that we should be living. And most of us have people that depend on us, whether they're pets, children, grandchildren, spouses, relatives, whatever. Friends. It is extremely important that we continue to live our lives and find as much happiness as we can. And I've said this before, every single generation has had its periods of strife, and some have gotten worse than others. The Civil War, imagine being just a regular Joe or Jane during the Civil War, or the Revolutionary War, or a Japanese family here during World War II before the internment. Being a regular German citizen during World War II who had no animosity towards anybody. So everybody has got to take a big bite of the shit sandwich of life from time to time. It's just the way life is. But that should never preclude us from finding the beautiful, or the beauty and the joy in living life here on this wonderful planet that we've been blessed to be put on. You know, yesterday, while Chris Dorner was running around and shooting it out and carjacking people and blowing away young fathers and husbands and changing people's lives forever, this arrowhead that I just found was laying right where it was, and it's been laying there for thousands of years with just very little movement, waiting for somebody to pick it up. The eagle that I saw on videotape today was flying around. These trees I'm driving by were just sitting here as peaceful and as beautiful, and somebody was not aware of what was happening, and a baby was being born. All things that you already know. Remember, people, the end of the world comes every single second for somebody on this planet. I could get hit by a semi-truck at the next intersection, and then that would be it. Today would be the end of the world for me. So it is very important that we continue to live our lives, and that we apply our energies proportional to a realistic view of things. There is not much more important than the salvation of our great republic, but there are some things that are more important, like the moment you're, in other words, if the United States of America was completely saved and life was going to go on for another 1,000 years, but your marriage fell apart because you were neglecting it, and then subsequently your kids grew up without a parent because of that, then it wasn't a good thing. So be a little bit selfish with your time and your energy, and remember to watch It's a Wonderful Life or a comedy. If you find that you are gritting your teeth and stressing out more often during the day and night than not, you're doing something wrong, and it requires a change. And I'm telling you, pull back for a day or two, and the problems will always be here. Thank you for watching, and you haven't been over to www.riseagainsttyranny.com. Go over there and take a look around. It'll take you a second. Sign the guest book so that I know and that everybody knows that you care. And then go watch a rerun of I Love Lucy or something. Enjoy your life, people. This is what you're here for. There's a place and a time for work, and there's a place and a time for things that are not work related, like this beautiful beast. Now that's what life is all about.